Welcome back to the Clay Free Show.
I've been meaning to go over this story for a while, but I'm just now getting around to it. So let's tweet. Joe Biden calls Silicon Valley game developers, quote, little creeps who make games that, quote, teach you how to kill. Here's the article. Let's take a look. Former U.S. Vice President Joe Biden has harsh words for the video game and tech industries. In an interview with New York Times, the president hopeful called the game developers he met with during his time at the White House creeps, righteous, and arrogant, referring to his personal experiences with high-ranking executives in Silicon Valley. And you may recall the criticism I got for meeting with the leaders of in Silicon Valley when I was trying to work out an agreement dealing with them and protecting intellectual property for artists in the United States of America, said Biden. And at one point, one of the little creeps sitting around the table, who was a close to a billionaire, who told me he was an artist because he was able to come up with games to teach you how to kill people, video games. Okay, so seeing Joe Biden's quotes are obviously very hard to read because his brain barely functions. So it's very hard to read. It goes on to say, like video games, offers the New York Times interviewer, Biden has previously called for certain legal restrictions, to be imposed on violent video games, suggesting in 2013 that there is no legal objective to imposing a tax on violent media. He has also stated that while no definitive proof exists linking video games and media with acts of real violence, the public shouldn't be afraid of, quote, facts which may come from research on the matter. Biden continues, yeah, video games. And I was lectured by one of the senior leaders that by saying if I insisted on what Leahy put together, what the hell am I reading? And I thought we were going to fully support that they would blow up the network, figuratively speaking, have everybody contact, they get out, go out, contact the switchboard, just blow it up. What? What? Am I just not understanding what I'm reading? or is what? I don't know. Maybe I just can't understand what's going on, but I really don't understand what that paragraph was about. Like video games. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Wrong paragraph. And then one of these righteous people said to me that, we are the economic engine of America. We are the ones. And fortunately, I had done a little homework before I went, and I said, I find it fascinating as I added up these 7 outfits, everyone's there but Microsoft. I said, you have fewer people on your payroll than all the losses that General Motors just faced in the last quarter of employees. So don't lecture me about how you've created all this employment. The point is, there's an arrogance about it, an overwhelming arrogance that we are the ones, we can do what we want to do. I disagree. This guy cannot be president. Essentially what I'm getting here is this boomer-ass mentality. Okay. This boomer-ass mentality that video games cause violence and video games have no place in society. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry, Joe. Let's keep reading. The exemption that Biden is referring to is known as 230 of the Communications Decency Act. Loosely speaking, the aim of this policy is to help platform owners avoid being blamed for the content generated by its users. Or, in legalese, no provider or user of an interactive computer service shall be treated as a publisher or speaking of any information provided by another information content provider. So, I'm assuming that this is saying that developers cannot be held responsible for the acts of the users, which I agree with. Don't really know where that's going. Biden isn't simply calling for reforms of the provision, he is seeking to abolish it entirely. The fact is, in every other revolution that we've had in technology, it's taken somewhere between 6 years and a generation for a government to come and level the playing field again, Biden explains. All of a sudden, remember the Luddites smashing the machinery in the Midland? What? That was their answer when the culture was changing. Same thing with television, same thing before that with radio, same thing, but it's gigantic. This is gigantic, and it's a responsibility of the government to make sure it's not abused. And so this is one of those areas where I think it is being abused. I disagree. I don't know what these ads are. Look at that. See the comments. This dude's the last person calling anyone a creep. Facts. I really hope this guy doesn't win the Democratic nomination. We don't need more near 80-year-old politicians who don't even know how technology works and is also falling apart mentally in the office. Well, there's one near 80-year-old that is not going to call for the ban of video games or anything ridiculous like that. A spoiler, he probably will win the nomination, and the president will either be pasty old white guy who molests women and has outdated views on everything, or a spray-tanned old white guy who molests women has outdated views on everything. That's funny, but I don't think he's going to win the nomination. So, Bernie, we got this. Sadly, this is likely the case. The Democrats keep snubbing all their good candidates and then realize they did wrong when it's too late. This guy seems like he knows what he's talking about a little bit. Man, getting a little political debates in here. It's awesome. Oh, somebody said Sanders. They don't have any good ones, fool. Yang is, and I guess Sanders is too. Otherwise, I agree. That's the impression I was getting. I was getting that this guy likes Andrew Yang. Wow. I'm just amazing at guessing people's favorite political candidates. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. This button's not going to take you anywhere. But it's down there. So go subscribe, go comment, and we'll have a little conversation. Like the video if you're new. Subscribe, please. Everything helps out. Help me get a little boost in this YouTube algorithm. Other than that, I'm out. Peace.